Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, to continue on with our budget series, today we're going to be bringing you a really fun mono black discard control deck. But before I get into that, I do want to remind you we're almost at 500 subscribers, and when we hit that, we're giving away a free box. But we need your help to get there, so would you please push that subscribe button and become a Brew Crew member. If you want to find out all the details on the free box and everything else we're giving away when we hit 500, check the description down below. Let's get into the deck. Budget. Mono black discard control. So very first, we're going to start off with our removal. Almost every deck is going to have a little removal, and this deck is definitely no different. So we have 3 Bloodchief Thirsts, 4 Flunks, because I think it's just absolutely phenomenal right now. 4 Poison the Cups, because we want to be able to foretell. If you can't get to the foretell, that's fine, but we really do want to get there. And when we have 4 Tegrid's Shadow, that's going to catch people off guard. 2 black, 3 colorless, instant. Remember that. It's important. It looks like it would be a sorcery for what it does, but each player sacrifices 2 creatures and foretell for 2 black and 2 colorless, so it is a little cheaper if you can get it foretold early in the game. And then we're going to go into our utility or draw cards. We have 4 Eye Twitches, more utility because it does get into our sideboard, which we'll get into in just a moment. And then we have 3 Crushing Disappointments, 1 black, 3 colorless. Each player loses 2 life. You draw 2 cards. So this is just a way for us to be able to draw some cards without playing a card that's going to sacrifice our own creatures or anything like that. It can be a little awkward at times if we have to lose 2 life and we only have 2 or 1 life left, but hey, that's the nature of the beast with the deck that we are running at the moment. Then we go into our discard cards. Since we are a control deck, but we are also a discard deck. And one thing I like to mention with the discard cards is if they have a creature deck, then yeah, start slamming these down right away and getting them to discard. But mainly if they're playing a creature deck, what I would do is if you have the removal, try to kill their creature's first removal, then throw these later to rip out those cards that they're going to throw later in the game so that they can't throw them down and you don't have to deal with them. If you throw these early, then they're going to have too many options on what to discard, and it's better for them. But, you know, play it as you need to. So we have the 4 Acquisitions Experts, 4 Elderfang Disciplines, and the 3 Demogorgon's Clutches, 1 black, 2 colorless. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills 2 cards, and loses 2 life. We really want the 2 cards and the 2 life. The mill is not as important to us. Keep in mind, I always suggest if you have an Acquisitions Expert and an Elderfang Discipline in your hand, to throw the Elderfang Discipline first, because now you'll have a Cleric on the board, plus a Rogue. Now they have to show you 2 cards for you to pick to discard 1. Then we have one of our main win cons in the deck. We have 3 copies of Dogged Pursuit, 1 black, 3 colorless enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. So not only are you chipping away at them, but you're gaining life back. And then we have our land, which is 20 snow-covered swamps and 4 faceless havens. Now, it is a budget deck. The only rares and mythics in the deck are going to be the 4 faceless havens, and then in the sideboard, we have 1 mascot exhibition, because if we get to the land and we get into our sideboard, that's one of the strongest lessons there is. And then what else do we got in our sideboard? 1 Introduction to Prophecy, just in case we need to draw a card. We get to scry 2 and draw, just to try to get us back in the game. 1 Expanded Anatomy, works really well on little creatures that you want to be attacking with, like these, so that it gets them a little bit bigger, or throw them on your Faceless Haven, so that it's nice and protected when it goes back to sleep. It becomes a land again. 2 Pest Summonings, because this is the kind of deck where you might want a bunch of little 1/1s out there to block and just stabilize the board for a moment, or chump block while you kind of get to where you need to be. 1 Necrotic Fumes, once again, if they have a problematic planeswalker or creature, got to be able to get away from it. And then Environmental Science is in there for 2 reasons. 1, to ramp. Sometimes, though, the other reason I grab it is even if I have the land and I'm about to die in a mono red or something like that, I want to gain the life, then I'm going to grab that Environmental Science. So only 4 rares and 1 mythic in the deck. The deck is very light on win cons, so you definitely have to make your decisions properly. So you know the only way to actually kill your opponent is through either Eye Twitches and or the Mascot Exhibition, Pest Summoning, that kind of stuff in there. The Acquisitions Expert, Elderfang Disciplines, the Dogged Pursuit. So it's a chip damage deck, trying to get things out of their hand by, you know, making them discard, killing anything that hits the board, chipping away with all your little creatures, and then finishing them off with Faceless Haven, the Mascot Exhibition, or if the Dogged Pursuit just gets them. So why don't we go ahead now, without further ado, and I show you exactly what we can get up to with this deck. Jarul. Well, we go first, and we have, once again, Eye Twitch and Elderfang Discipline Flunk and a Crushing Disappointment. I mean, it looks good. It just depends on what our opponent's up to. I mean, we went first that game, and they crushed us. Usher coming down. Tigra's Shadow isn't bad. Let's get Elder Fang Discipline out there and make it a blocker. They might boast this, but that's fine. What do we get from them? Oh, they're going to be a flying version. No attacks. If they attack with this, we'll block with the Eye Twitch. Code Spell Cleric. That was... If they play another spell, that was a misplay. What in the world? That was a huge misplay. Love mono white, but I play mono white historic. And when the new stuff comes out, it's going to be nearly unstoppable since I run a mono white humans deck. Oh, is mono white getting a whole bunch? I haven't been looking too much into those weird, crazy cards with all their perseverance or persistence or whatever the heck they are. They're almost out of cards in hand, so Elder Fang Discipline, I think, is the right play here because it rips one more card out of their hand, gives me more blockers, and they're not, I mean, so what if they run into us? We'll take it. No attacks, end the turn. We still have an Eye Twitch for value. If they throw a land, that's good for us. Monk of the Open Hand coming down. They don't have another card. Okay. So we throw the Eye Twitch. I have the Flunk, but I think it's time to put this into Foretell, so that way it can happen the very next... Yeah, let's do that. Hold off on the Flunk. No attacks, and we're just kind of at a stalemate. I think next turn I start attacking the air. I was really hoping they'd come in. Code Spell Cleric, they're not... This person does not know how to play their mono white deck. Well, we can throw the Eye Twitch, still hold up the Flunk. Let's go ahead and get in. Wait. No, hold on. None of you. Let's get in with these, because if they block, they lose anything they block with. These still let us get... if I attack with these, I can't block and get into my sideboard. See, they don't want none of that. So we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Portable Hole, huh? That's going to be an Eye Twitch? Okay. Okay. Take our turn. There is another land. Finally. This is an instant. So we'll just do whatever we do at the end of their turn. Let's attack with the 2/1/1s again. They don't want to block. I mean, they can definitely come in with theirs also, but I don't mind taking a little damage. We're ahead, and now we have a draw card, a kill spell, and a big kill spell. There's the Elite Spellbinder, huh? Well, I'm doing this now. Yeah, they can make something else cost more, but I couldn't have done that for a while, and I was looking for a land, to be honest with you. So if they go Acquisitions Expert, we know this is something good in their hand that they're trying to save. So we know there's something good in their hand they're trying to save. That's my opinion. I'm just going to snap throw it. We'll see. Maybe they... Yeah, see? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Give it that. No attacks. We'll just muck up the board one turn. They come in with the Spellbinder. We have... Oh, there's another land. So they're, what? 5 plus this? They're quite a ways away. The deck did its job. We didn't per se win. Felipe. Or Carlipe? I don't know. Hello, opponent. When we go first, we have 2 lands. We have some removal, Blood, and Chief. Blood Chief Thirst, Flunk, Elder Flang, Poison the Cup, Tigrid Shadow. Let's go ahead and keep it. So that foretells, but not for a whole lot. We'll lead off with our Swamp. Probably go into like an Elder Flang Discipline. Ugh, we don't have a lot. They're going to be... Oh, hey, another black. We don't need the Faceless Haven out yet. We can't make it attack even if we wanted to. Flunk isn't doing us a whole lot. I could Elder Fang Discipline, but maybe let's wait till they have a bigger card in their hand. Let's get the Poison the Cup into Foretell. Ship it. Ship it back. There's the Ranger class. So let's put the Faceless Haven out. I mean, we can kill this, no problem. I want to get to my sideboard. I don't care about this. So we're going to throw the Eye Twitch as a blocker to get to the sideboard. And we're going to Elder Fang Discipline. Just once again, have a blocker. If they attack with this... and they haven't pumped this, then we'll probably just double block, kill that. takes out one of the creatures on their board, and we still get a card from this, and we got a card discarded from this. So everything's still doing its job. Third land for the opponent. Do they go for the Ranger class? Let's see. It's a Werewolf Pack Leader coming down. Are they going to swing with the 2/2? Yep. Okay, so we're going to definitely take the trade. If they have, what's it called? Snakeskin Veil? Yeah, they win this battle, but they had to use a Snakeskin Veil to keep that alive. I'm fine. Okay, cool. So we got a card out of their hand. We get to go into their into our library. At the moment, Environmental Sciences is going to be the play. Another land off the top is not bad at all. I don't need to do this instant speed. They're not coming at us with hasters. Let's go ahead and just Bloodchief Thirst the Werewolf Pack Leader. And let's Environmental Science to guarantee us a land for next turn. Should we get a swamp or a swamp? This one. I like this one. Get the swamp. We gain 2 life. Next turn we could throw a swamp. We have Tegrid Shadow. If they throw 2 creatures on us, that's great. Nope, they're leveling up their Ranger class. Maybe they don't have much to do, and they're going for that last level. So that's bad, which means we got to start putting stuff on the board. Let's put out a swamp. Let's throw out the Eye Twitch. And let's get in for 4. They're not playing a hasty deck, so I'm not really... I mean, don't get me wrong. Green has hasters, and they might have the top end. Boom! Take that. What is holding us up with the mana here? Now, if they attack with the Faceless Haven, I block with the Eye Twitch. I get into our side. See, I knew they had... I mean, of course they could have hasters. So this is Trample. So we don't... How bad do I want to get into my sideboard? I guess I'll take the block. Don't get me wrong. I knew that I was coming through. I wanted the death. So we can Poison the Cup this or Flunk this, depending on how big it gets. I think I'm going to hold up the Mascot Exhibition until we have enough land. We're only 2 land away. That gives us the most value. So this is, what, 7, 6, 5, 4. So we're definitely not flunking that. So we're definitely going to want to Poison the Cup. Let's wait till they attack. So that way they put their trigger on the Frog Hemoth. So if I throw this... I can't flunk and Poison the Cup. Do I care if I take damage from the Faceless Haven? Probably not. They're low on card. Let's get... I mean, this can block the Faceless Haven. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So would they discard Inscription of Abundance? They're tapped out now. In case they have Snakeskin Veil, I think I'm actually supposed to kill the Froghemoth now. So let's do that. Let's just do that. And now I'll scry for our next turn. We have 4 or 5 lands. This will get us to 6. So we're getting closer to that Mascot Exhibition. But at the same time, I think I got to keep it on top. Let's get rid of the Tegrid Shadow. If they double land drop us... We have a Tegrid Shadow. Double land. Double creature drop. There's another Froghemoth. Nice. Wow. Wow. No point in blocking this one. Six. So what do we got? 7, 6, 5. I can't do it all. So we're definitely throwing the land. This is an instant. So let's go ahead and swing in for 1 and end the turn, holding up the Tegrid Shadow. Oh, perfect. Perfect! They can't get around this. Let's just go ahead and pop it. Gotta sacrifice that, Toski. Oh, land would have been amazing here. So let's go ahead and... There's actually... Yeah, for the Scry. That's why I want that into Foretell. I'm not going to attack this turn. We're going to end the turn. They're either going to fire up the Ranger class and start taking advantage of us that way, or they're going to get in with this Faceless Haven right now. There's a Wolf Pack Leader. Werewolf Pack Leader. If they pass a turn, we'll poison it so I can Scry. We need to start... Yeah, let's go ahead and poison that. Looking for a land. There's the land. There's the flunk. I think I'll keep the flunk, but I want the land on top. Getting low on cards, so flunks are looking great. Throw the swamp. Throw the mascot exhibition. And now we've got ways to get in, and we got some flunks. If they fire up the ranger class, it's pretty much their whole turn. So we got to start hitting them quick, fast, hard. They just drew a land. Another Froghemoth. Wow. Wow. The last card in their hand was a Blizzard Brawl. So it's a 6/1 indestructible, so no blocks. Gonna have to block it next turn and flunk it. That's the crazy part, because it's gonna be huge. It's a 6. Oh, no, I can just straight flunk it. So let's go ahead and just do that. So if I use what? If I use that, that's 1, 2, 3. I can attack with this and still have the flunk up. So let's go ahead and get in with everything. Boom, boom, boom. Down to 12. And the turn. What's that last card? Firing up the Faceless Haven. Ranger class coming down. We'll go ahead and just flunk the Faceless Haven now. If I top deck another land, we can hit with both. That's what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's... Tegrid Shadow is not going to do it. Let's go ahead and just fire up the Faceless Haven. That leaves enough mana to do it again. We're going to go ahead and get in with everything. Wait. I got to keep a blocker back. This blocker will kill them. No, they'll put 2 counters on it, huh? So, let's see. What's the clock look like? Right now, if they attack with this, with everything, we can block it. It can't get through. And then we fire up the other Faceless Haven next turn if we hit a land and attack again. So, just in case they hit a Blizzard Brawl. Yeah, I'm just going in for the 1. If they hit a Blizzard Brawl off the top, they can really mess us up. Bring them down to 8. And let's not put that into Foretell. Because I still have a Faceless Haven I can block with in case they do... I don't know. If Carlipe gets too crazy. There's the Mammoth coming down. So I might just kill them both. Try to get in with the Shadows. No, I can't. So that's going to get a +1. Or go to the level where it gets a +1. So... That resolves. That resolves. Let's, I mean, we have 2 Faceless Havens. Let's get rid of this thing. Let's get rid of that thing. There's the other land that we could have used. So, I'm going to go ahead and just swing in with everything. They block the Faceless Haven and take 5. Down to 3. So, I'm on a 2-turn clock with this in the air. Not a whole lot they can do about that. There's a land off the top. They're going to go ahead and power up one of these. They got... Oh, Acquisitions Expert does not help us in any way. Doesn't matter. We've got lethal on the board. That's the game. Who needs to spend money on cards? It's all about that budget. Okay, everybody. As you saw, the deck can definitely hold its own as a budget deck. I think this is the weakest of the 3 budget decks that we have put out so far, but it is a blast to play, so definitely give it a try if you have the cards, which you should have everything except the Facelesses and the Mascot Exhibition, but I'm sure you probably have those. So this is a super fun way to try this kind of deck, and if you like it, well, then you can make it into a much better deck, which is what we're going to do right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the basic discard theme. We're still going to have some removal, but we're going to get a little more aggressive to try to close out the game a little faster and just be a little bit more powerful than the current version of the deck is. So to do that, we're going to take out a Bloodchief Thirst. We are going to take out the Tegrid's Chateaus. We're going to take out the Poison the Cups. We're going to take out these Crushing Disappointments. Definitely want to get rid of these Demogorgon Clutches. And these Dogged Pursuits. Now, all very, very fun cards, don't get me wrong, but they're not as strong for what we are trying to do. And instead, we are going to be adding in 2 Power Word kills to our removal. I said to our removal. So we'll add another one of those. There are a couple of decks where this won't hit. It's pretty much the only decks you don't want to see is going to be like, is it dragons? But there's so many things that you can hit that I think this is worth having 2 in the deck. It's really cheap removal. I like it too much. We've got the Soul Shatter. So we're going to bring in all 4 of those. We want the full suite. There's just too many things. Once again, is it dragons? We don't want to target that Goldspan Dragon, Toskies, anything where Emerith the Dragon. We don't have to target it. We don't care about that. A little bit more pressure. So we're going to bring in some Nighthawk Scavengers, and we'll bring in 4 of those. Come over here with our eye twitch. You look good right there. We are going to bring in 1 Agadium's Awakening. It's not only going to help us just have 1 more land to guarantee we hit those land drops, but there's a lot of good creatures to bring back in the deck, especially this here Nighthawk Scavenger. But, you know, these late game help get rid of anything they might have left in their hand. This gets us into our sideboard again. Why not? Ebon Death Draconlich. We're going to bring in 3 of these. I don't like doing 4 of legendaries too often unless there's a reason to do it, because you don't want to draw too many, but I think this 3 is good with this. And then speaking of legendaries I normally don't want 4 of, we are going to bring in the Tegrids, but we are going to bring in 4. Because of the fact that we definitely want the Tegrid's Lantern, and if we have the Tegrid's Lantern out, we definitely want Terragrid, God of Fright. I always say Tegrid, it's Terragrid. Very apologetic, ma'am. Did not mean to do that. So we're going to add those cards and bring us back up to 60. As you see, we're a little off over here, and that's because we are going to drop 1 Pest Summoning. We're going to drop the Introduction to Prophecy. We're going to leave the Introduction to Annihilation, which is what we just added in, but we also want Mascot Exhibition. So let's bring it over here so we can bring it up to 2, bring them back both in the sideboard. That is a much stronger shell for this kind of deck. So if you really enjoyed the budget version, and definitely give it a try first. If you like this style of deck, then you're definitely going to want to build this. Let's see. As far as things that you might not want to craft, I don't see any problem with putting any wild cards in a Mascot Exhibition, because of the fact that it is so powerful in any deck that runs Lesson Learn, and that can go in almost any deck, so go ahead. Agadium's Awakening, if you're playing black with creatures, I think this is a perfectly fine thing to craft, as long as you think you can use it in other black creature decks. I use it all the time. Faces Haven, just create them. Just craft them. They're going to be around for a while. I think they're just as strong of a creature land as any of the new ones, if not better. Terragrid. Terragrid is definitely do you like this kind of deck? If you already have 3, maybe craft 1. Be careful. That doesn't go in a whole lot of decks. Kind of situational. Ebon Death Draconlich. Once again, I think it's a pretty cool card. If you only have 2, don't craft a 3rd one. Maybe put in another Bloodchief Thirst or Power Word Kill, or find something to do, but I wouldn't go crafting a whole bunch of these unless you just have a bunch of wild cards. None of these really matter. Nighthawk Scavenger is going to be around for a while. If you're a best of 3 player, don't really invest, and you're just dabbling in best of 1, I wouldn't get a Nighthawk Scavenger. It doesn't work with sideboards because it just gets removed too easy, but it's great in best of 1. If you like black, definitely craft it. Soul Shatter, super safe for a wild card in my opinion, because it's a removal that's really good in all kinds of decks. And that's pretty much it. So just make sure you're thinking about those things when crafting. And without further ado, why don't I go ahead now and show you what this version of the deck can do. Wakebot. See what they got. Opponent goes first. I feel like I say those words a lot, but I feel like we also only remember the games that we go second, because we hate doing it. You never remember the good ones. Usually the stories we tell our buddies, in my opinion, are this is how I got killed. Oh my god, it's the worst. You don't hear a whole lot of, you got to hear this amazing hand I had and I totally beat your opponent. Budget, so like Budget Magic, but instead of just the budget version, you get a non-budget version of it. Yes, yes. So, okay, our opponent's keeping. We have Acquisitions Expert into Flunk, Soul Shatter, and Ebon Death. I don't want to mulligan into a worse hand, just to try to find 1 Eye Twitch. Shambling Gas not being in either of these decks hurts a little, but can't shove it in every deck. Okay, our opponent is on the play, and they've mulliganed down to 6, so that's good. Ascending Spirit, not bad. So we'll go ahead and throw this out, pass the turn, and then if they go land, pump, attack, we can flunk it. Oh, the Omen Kill. What is happening? They can't fire that up till next turn. So we'll throw our other Swamp. So what are they going to have? They'll have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I can kill the Amakill if they don't, even if they don't throw another card. So we're going to go ahead and end the turn. Very awkward to not throw the Eye Twitch there, but this Flunk, I can't have them Omni-killing us. Are you going to fire up the Omnikill, or are you going to try to attack the Ascending Spirit? Raven's Warning. Okay, we haven't seen this card in a minute. So I'll have the Eye Twitch to block them, and they can't... Yeah, so we'll let that... Obviously, let that happen, as if... Okay, so I think they're going to fire up the Omnikill, which is what I want. In a way, I really want to take out the Ascending Spirit, but it is what it is. We'll go ahead and flunk the Omnikill. They'll attack with the Ascending Spirit. Can't have that hitting us for that much every time. Boom, down to 1. So we throw the land. We throw out the... See, now I can't kill. So now we're just dumping our hand. Throw the Eye Twitch to block the 1/1. Throw the Acquisitions Expert to possibly block the Ascending Spirit. They'll probably pump it. We get one of their 2 cards. That's super strong. You come to a river, just so I know what it does later. What do they have? Return target non-permanent to its owner's hand. Target creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. So they can return something to our hand with their deck. Or their own card, but... So I'm not letting that bird through unless they have other plans, like if they have another bounce spell or it can't be blocked. They kind of have a little theme. They want to draw a card here. And see our hand. If we don't start drawing land, this is going to be a weird, fast game. You see, I knew they had another one. They really wanted to get in. How did I know? So they know our hand. Oh, there's that land. They're so low on cards. I think I need Tigrid. Oh, man. I really... Yeah, I think we're lantering. Let's go ahead and do it. And no attacks. On top of their library. What could they have? I know it's not going to be Ugin. That's what I'm used to. I wish it could I wish it showed us. They don't have a lot of land. So, I mean, neither do we. It's been a pretty bad land thing. And if they grab some big, huge... Well, this doesn't get creatures, right? Oh, this is anything. I'm thinking of the fairy. Any card. So, I mean, they know they can't really grab a big old creature or anything. We'll just soul shatter it. I don't even think they have a great pick right now, probably, because they're low on cards. And if they're running the Raven's Warning, then I don't think that they're running Lessons, which is how they would... I mean, maybe they are. I mean, they could just be running Lessons still. Another Omnikill. Okay. I mean, we could Soul Shatter that. It's a very odd Soul Shatter. Well, I'm definitely going to pass. I'll use this now because I don't want them to have a whole lot of choices. We know they're not going to discard this anyways. So it doesn't matter when I use it. So we'll just use it now. Because, like I said, they're not going to discard that even with the more choices. They just put it on top of their library. So they take the hit. We'll end the turn. The Soul Shatter might be useful. Otherwise, I'm bringing out the Dragon Lich. Having 3. Oof. I think I only have 3 in the deck, to be honest with you. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was it. So drawing all 3 of our Mythic is a little rough. So they're piloting the Omnikill. So they're trying to get rid of our Soul Shatter. But that's okay because they don't know we have the Ebon Death. I don't know. I'm going to do the Soul Shatter. That could be a complete horrible misplay. They probably have a counter spell. Okay, negate it. So they went and got a negate. I know that's what they got. We'll use the Eye Twitch. Now they can start coming in with this birdie. Let's go ahead and get an Environmental Science. Wait, view battlefield. No. I'm getting the Necrotic Fumes. Oh, it feels bad. Flunk. Okay, well. Once again, I don't want them to have a lot of options, so I'll tap the Tigrid's Lantern now. And then I'll pass the turn, and I can either use the Tigrid's Lantern again or throw an Ebon Death Draconlich. And the turn. They can attack for 1 in the air, that's fine. And then they know we have these, so they might save it for a blocker. Here comes the Omnikill. They really want our land. Think they have another negate? We'll find out, because I'm going to flunk that thing. See. More counters? No. Okay, so they're going to come in for 1. Yep, you got me. Down to 15. One of these days I'll throw these. It's just a matter of lands. Oh, no! Oh, well, hello. Hello, beautiful. Let's throw you. Let's get rid of the last card in their hand or take 3. Nighthawk Scavenger. No attacks. Let's save the Acquisitions Expert for that Necrotic Fumes. We do not mind if they block our Nighthawk Scavenger. White-blue doesn't really have a way to get rid of this. Feldar's Retreat is probably going to be a huge problem. Finally, another land. We're definitely going to attack in the air. Feldar's Retreat shouldn't be that bad, actually, because I can kill this bird, and we're just going to keep gaining life. So, let's get rid of that last card in their hand, possibly. So, at the end of their turn, I think... Let's end the turn. I think I'm going to go Ebon Death, Draconlich, use the Fumes on my turn to kill the Acquisitions Expert. Killing that to get rid of the bird and swinging for 9 in the air. And I think we've got this. Once again, our opponent could have other plans. If one of these is a counter spell, if they don't tap out. We have 2, don't get me wrong, we have 2 of these, 3 of these, so we're good if they counter. We still have the Lantern and the Nighthawk. We're looking good. Yeah, they don't have any way to ramp in this deck, so at best they're doing either a 1/2/2 or putting +1 counters. They're really, really in the tank both times with this Raven's Warning. What is it? Show it to me! Another land. Oh, but they got the... Of course they get the land, right? That resolves. That's fine. You get another 2/2. I don't mind it. I don't care about your ground creatures at all. We're winning next turn in the air. They cannot counterspell us anymore. So that's game over. They just don't know it yet. Oh, wait. No, they put another bird out. It's not game over. But, it's close enough. We're getting there. Yeah. We're close enough. Not a whole lot they can do. Pass. Swing with that bird. Please. Please swing with this bird. No way! No way! I would have not played like... I would have played... Yeah. You can have it. They know we have this. They know we have this. Am I missing something? This cannot become a flyer for 2. They're out of cards in hand. Okay. I don't... Wakebot. Oh, they gained life. That's why they don't care. But I have this, so we're going to go like this. I'm still going with our plan. We're going to go ahead and kill the birdie. We're going to sacrifice the expert. We're going in. They can come at us all they want. We're gaining life. Taking them down to 2. If they hit a land off the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they can block one of our 2 with this. Boom, boom. So they have to disc or sacrifice a permanent now. They have to. There goes a Feldar. The auto tapper got us there. Well, it's not like we were going to fire up the Faceless Haven. Okay, you can make that flying. I don't think it's going to matter. I can come in with the Faceless Haven and both of these next turn, as well as the Tigrid's Lantern trigger. I'm feeling pretty confident. If they attack with that bird, that is a huge mistake. I do not think that was the play. Yep. I mean, maybe they're searching for an answer. I don't think that was the right one. Did they get a land, which just stops the Faceless Haven? They need a land, first off, to stop the Faceless Haven, but they also get the trigger from the Feldar, and then they could have fired up the Cave of the Frost dragon. So all of those things would have really helped out the opponent. They didn't get it. Good game, WakeBot. We got there. Woo! Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for budget discard control. And as you can see, we still have the better version up, the more advanced version. And I think that this deck is super solid. If you're into this kind of deck, then definitely give it a try. If you don't like discard with a little bit of removal and some creatures, this is not going to be the deck for you. But I think you're going to love it. If you did like this deck, please let us know down in the comments. If you'd like to see a different deck, let us know down in the comments. And we are almost at 500 subscribers, and it's all because of you. Thank you so much. You mean the world to us. You mean the world to me. Brewmaster Will, who's our producer, editor, helps me design decks, as well as all the other people that are in our Discord, help building the community. We all appreciate it. A big shout out to my dad and my son. It's been an absolute blast playing this game with my whole family. I got my 20-year-old son, my almost 7-year-old dad, me. We've got 3 generations of Magic players. So please, if you want to keep seeing content created by all of us that I just mentioned and more, hit that subscribe button and also become a Brew Crew member. You're not just a member of the Brew Crew, you're a family member of the Brew Crew. So please hit that subscribe button. Check the description down below to find out exactly how you can win a free box of the current booster set, whatever it is, when we hit those 500 subscribers. And as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.